I just camouflage myself like I'm a Navy SEAL. I go there, I hide in the cinder block walls of the stores, poke one eye out, and be like, "What they doing? What type of savagery are y'all doing?" You know. Welcome to the Arbitrary People podcast. I'm your host, Makhi Davis, and my best friend, she's the producer. Her name's Jasmine. I love you, Pookie. And this is our podcast where we talk about very arbitrary things like losing power in the middle of a storm, or your plate breaking when making bacon and it's too hot. That's happened. Or your dog being too fat and he steps on your foot and it hurts really bad. Also, check our last episode if you haven't. We'll be very thankful if you did. And, let's get into these arbitrary topics. Lately, in the past 3 or 4 months, I've been a part of the apprenticeship at this place called 40 West Digital. Shout out 40 West Digital. Everybody there, I love y'all family. And so, and lately there, I've been practicing how to film certain things and edit. And, I'm very thankful to be there. And also, they gave me a lot of money because they paid me like a good 2 G's during the entirety of my 11 weeks there. I've been eating good lately. I've been DoorDashing Steak and Shake and McDonald's. Well, maybe not McDonald's, just Steak and Shake. I love Steak and Shake. Who doesn't love Steak and Shake? But yeah, that whole apprenticeship was the inspiration for our podcast essentially, because me, Jasmine, and her brother Michael, we made a little short film thing, and that was the whole inspiration behind this. So shout out to 40 West Digital and everybody there for essentially giving life to this podcast. So yeah, my time there was also very good. It was fun. We had fun. We made little short film videos on how to film certain stuff and edit and all that. It was nice there. It was awkward at times because I was I was trying to make friends there. And I tried to get this one person's social media, and I did. And then they blocked me for a good 2 or 3 weeks, and then they randomly unblocked me. I'm not gonna say names. I'm gonna be confidential with it, like the FBI in the 80s. So but at least they unblocked me. I'm not gonna talk to them though, because I don't want to disturb their peace. 2025 is the year of minding your own business, especially when you live in Gary, Indiana. I've been to Gary. Y'all do too much. Yeah, sometimes I go to Gary and then I camouflage myself as I just camouflage myself like I'm a Navy SEAL. I go there, I hide in the cinder block walls of the stores, poke one eye out, and be like, "What they doing?"
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
What type of savagery are y'all doing? I remember I went to Gary one time. There was I think I saw someone stole a sandwich off the ground. I was like, it was a McChicken too. So I'm like, why are you stealing that dirty McChicken? That's probably from 3 Wednesdays ago. Why you want that? Why? But that's how it is in Indiana. You can't trust nobody here, except for maybe your family at best. Just trust your family. Don't trust anybody else. Don't go outside of the area you're comfortable with, because if you do, there's a chance you will probably get attacked. There's crazy people out here. I have a friend. I remember me and her back we went to downtown, and she told me she almost got attacked by a homeless woman with her friend. I was so scared for her. Yeah, so I was just like, you gotta be careful out here. Also, can I just, another thing about Indiana I want to talk about is the weather. Lately, it's been out of control, but we all know that Indiana weather stays being out of control, especially in the summer, because there'll be times where it will be raining, like it's Gotham City, and be thundering. You think Batman gonna come out, but he doesn't. And then there be times where it be thundering so hard, your house be shaking, your TV be shaking, everything be shaking, and you wake up in the middle of the night, be like, what happened? Like, I remember one time I was thundering. I was showering, and I heard boom. I heard thunder. I thought someone broke into my house. And after I got out the shower, everything was fine. You know, the dog was downstairs. He was chilling. He was cool. He was asleep. And so yeah, I just thought, everything was fine. Cause yeah, I remember Jasmine, the producer. Shake my hand. No, okay. I love you, Pookie. Um, she called me during the storm like 2 days ago. I was like, why is she calling me? I was like, is she okay? She was like, oh, duck, cause don't stay away from the windows, cause you don't want to get hurt by glass or whatever. And so like I go to my parents' room, like, hey, we should probably go to the basement. I thought they were watching the news. They weren't. They were watching not the halftime show. They were watching basketball, as black parent activities are. They either watch basketball, football, Fox 59, or they don't watch anything at all, or they watch Criminal Minds for whatever reason. So yeah, so we all went to the basement. My phone on 15%. I forgot my charger, but I'm thinking like, oh, there's no point in going back up there. I'm gonna get blown away in the wind. I'm gonna look like Dorothy from like the Wizard of Oz, but instead of my name being Dorothy, my name is like Dayron, and my dog is instead of my dog being Toto, it's gonna be Tiger. And then like my mom, she'd be like the lion because she's big, she's tall, she's like 6 foot, she's tough too. Josh will be the Tin Man because he sometimes he could act very tinly. Who else was in the? I don't even know who else was in the Wizard of Oz. It's been so long. I've never even seen the Wizard of Oz. As a black person, I've only seen the Wiz. So yeah, and yeah, the weather been out here crazy, especially if you go outside and the weather is be crazy sometimes because it's like you will go outside and the weather's been crazy when you see your neighbor's trash can has been knocked down, especially in like a row of lines of trash cans been knocked down. It looked like someone committed a crime. You'd be like, who did this catastrophe? So yeah, and hopefully this year I'll get my license.
Please! Please!
I need it. I'm 19, unemployed. I have money, but outside of that, I'm 19, unemployed. I don't have a job. I need a car. I need to get places. My mom, soon she'll be charging me for groceries and living. And my stepfather will probably charge me for haircuts now. And if I don't, he'll just shave me bald. I'll be looking like Tyrese in Fast and Furious. So, my Shayla. I just wanted to do that. I love that meme. But yeah, I hopefully want to get my license, and once I do, I'm gonna be cruising. I'm gonna be. I always joke with Jasmine that I'm gonna be driving like I'm in Fast and Furious, which I'm not. I'm a safe person. I'm safe. You could trust me. You could trust me with any vehicle, except if it's like, why you giving me that look? She gave me a look. You could trust me with any vehicle, unless it's like a semi truck. I don't like semi trucks. I don't. Yeah, I'm like very discriminatory towards semi trucks because they give me a heart attack, especially on the highway. Because sometimes they be a bit too close, and you're like, wait, I don't final destination me, please. So, yeah, and but hopefully, I'll get me a car. Hey, my stepfather said he was gonna get me a Prius. A Prius. I hope I could get, and he said he was gonna update it too, because the last time I saw it, it was a bit janky. The seats were dirty. They were kind of, there was an ashtray right there. There was like a burnt mark on the side of it. You could see like you could kind of see the inside of the car. You could kind of see the inside. You could kind of see the inside. You could kind of see the inside of the car through the burn mark. It looked like a vehicle, like a Gotham criminal would drive. The tail lights were a bit dodgy at times. The radio system was great though. The radio system was very nice, you know. But yeah, hopefully, and you know, hopefully I get that car brand new, and it's all shiny and whatever. And hopefully, once I start driving, I don't hit anyone. Cause if I hit someone, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I don't know who's gonna be my lawyer. I don't. Jasmine, you wanna be my lawyer? She said no. She's not. She's gonna have to represent me anyway. We have a contract. We have a contract. You know, we've had this contract since like 2020. You know, when we first became friends, you know, I gave her a piece of paper and be like, hey, sign this, and then we'd be best friends forever. You know, you gotta help me in court. You gotta help me at the hospital. You gotta officiate my wedding. You gotta be the photographer at my wedding. You gotta be my new barber. You, if I'm in a wheelchair, you have to wheelchair me everywhere. She said no to all those things. I'm sadly disappointed in her, but you know, she's gonna help me anyway through all those things because I love her. I love you, Pookie. But yeah. You know, I love Jasmine. You know, she does everything around here. You know, she's the only reason that is up there, and all these lights. You know, especially in the face of danger, because half the time whenever she sets anything up, like she hurts herself. Why are you making that face? No, because she was trying to set up the camera for this, and she picked it up. The camera was near her face. It fell. It almost hit her in the forehead. It almost gave her like a big lump. It made her look like Unopin from Invincible. So, but you know, I'm glad that she's fine and she's okay, because you know, I worry about her sometimes and her safety, because you know, she been hurt herself a lot. You know, especially last week during the pilot, because we were setting things up and and stuff fell. But anyway, that was my time with you, and so I hope to see you again next time. And if you don't come back, I will find you. I will be in your walls, and I will be in your walls. Just make sure of that, especially in the middle of the night. I will be seeing you watching television, and yeah, I will be in your walls.